All right, welcome everybody to our 6:30 session for Wednesday, the 1st of October. We have two pianists here today, so I would like to open the floor to Miss Isabel to start us off. So, Isabel, when you're ready, go ahead and introduce yourself and the piece that you're playing and the composer.
Um, my name is Isabel and I'm playing Under Mount Fuji.
Oh, arigato gozaimasu, all the way from Japan. Really nice. I really like this piece. I thought that you handled it really beautifully, and it's clear that you enjoy playing it as well. Huh? Yeah. What are your thoughts on that performance? How was that for you?
I think it was pretty smooth throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And even when I had like mistakes, I tried to like cover it up and stuff.
Cover, cover it up with the snow on Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
It's good. Good. I thought that you picked a really a sensible tempo for this piece of music. It's quite easy when you see all this da 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 da, right? To want to play it quickly, but this piece is not about being played quickly. It's about it's quite peaceful, isn't it? I mean, how Skylar, how would you describe the nature of this piece?
It was like calm.
Hmm. Yeah. Anything else that came to mind when you were listening to Isabel's performance?
Not really.
Well, how did she play it? What are your thoughts on her playing?
Like the dynamics were good.
Yeah. And what about the dynamics? What about how she played the piano? The tone that she created? Did it suit the character of the piece, or was it too
Yeah.
harsh? Or yeah, in what way? Can you expand? Because the piece is called "Sorrow Is Meaningless." Whoa, under Mount Fuji. So it's quite a loaded title, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think that she managed to capture some of the feeling of being sad doesn't mean anything?
Yeah.
I guess that when you're under Mount Fuji, you don't need to be sad, right? There's a happy place. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Overall, I thought that the touch that you had suited the piece. I thought that if anything, your left hand can come out more, dun 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 dun, right, so that you can continue the conversation from left to right. Left hand always plays a more accompanying role, isn't it? But I think you can afford to bring it out just a wee bit more so that it connects with the right hand. So you can play around with that. I thought you played these rhythms well. Dun 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 dun. That's cool. You can move those a bit more if you want. All right. So I play around with that there. And it continues and it continues. You can also play around with dynamics as well, especially when it starts to build to this B natural. So it's kind of like it gets to the top of the mountain and then it comes back down. All right, especially like look at these chords. B natural C, and then you think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go back to F major, but it doesn't. And then there's some hope of the B flat. So every time it kind of shifts, right, to the major key, like sunshine, and then like, oh no, sorrow again. And then sunshine, and right? But you can play around with it. You can play, and then there's a moment here. What's gonna happen? And then he shifts it down to the B flat. Oh, that's a nice move. Then F major, F major, F major, and then right at the end you're like, real quiet. Yes. Good. So harmony plays a big role when we play music, right? It shifts, it goes up, it goes down, it can change the color. So continue playing around with that. Notice there are no dynamics in this, right? So you can play around with your own dynamics based on where the music is going and the harmonies, right? Go. Hopefully that gives you some ideas to play around with. All right, on to the next. Skylar, go ahead and introduce your piece.
So I'm playing Sonatina in C by M. Clementi.
Great work, Skylar. Feels pretty solid to play, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I thought you had that under good control. right? Notes are all there. The feel was there when you played these scales. You're very good at being able to do those transitions. Right? I also thought that because you're becoming more comfortable with the notes, these here are starting to have some shape. They could still have more shape, right? Anytime that you have these scale passages, they go up and down. Let's do something with it, right? The most basic form is as it ascends, you can do a crescendo, and then as it descends, a decrescendo. And it just makes it a lot more interesting to listen to, right? I thought that you had a lot of energy here, but same thing. I still feel that you can give even more power from the opening, right? That way, when you play, if that has more power, then the piano will have a greater effect because you're holding our attention, da dee dee dun dun, and then right. So that way you get more contrast. Isabel, some thoughts for Skylar?
I think he played it like very confidently, and I like the staccatos. Like, it wasn't like too short, but it just made it even more lively.
Yeah, articulation does that, right? I thought that use of staccatos as well, Skylar, gave the piece a little bit more balance. Yeah, really well done. So I think from where I'm sitting, everything is in place, but now you can play around with shaping the lines, even more with dynamics, making them contrast even more. Yeah, really cool. Did you play this by memory, by any chance? Skylar, did you play this by memory?
Some parts.
Some parts. Okay, not completely, but okay, all good, almost there. And what about you, Miss Isabel? Did you play yours by memory?
No.
No? Okay. Almost there for the both of you. All right. For the honors. All right, cool. Well, that is the end of our session. We will see you two again really soon, yeah? All right. Cool.